What's going on, everybody? Got another video here for you. Alright, so we've got to simplify this thing. So there's a couple ways that you can do these things. I don't know what would be the best way here, but well, I think I do. But what I like to typically do, I find that most of the time this is the easiest way when you're simplifying exponents, is if you have a big parenthesis like this right here and you got a exponent out here, just disregard the exponent and simplify what's inside the parentheses first. All right, so for this, we got to do something with this numerator here. So if you remember, we have a property that says a times b raised to the n is a to the n times b to the n. So what that's telling us is that if you have some terms inside the parentheses raised to a power, each one of these factors here can be raised to the exponent outside. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do this to the numerator. So that's going to be a to the negative 3, b squared to the negative 3, c to the negative 3 over b to the negative 3, and then all of that squared. So all I did is the a, the b squared, and the c I raised to that negative 3 power. And I know you're thinking, well, you know, our final answer has to be where all the exponents are positive, and that's right. But don't worry. Don't worry about the exponents being positive until after you've done everything else. All right, so now I've got a to the negative 3, and what I'm going to do now is I have a property that says a to the m raised to the n is a to the m times n. So if you have something like this, you multiply the exponents and you can see b squared to the negative 3. So I'm going to multiply those exponents. So that's b squared times negative 3, b to the 2 times negative 3, c to the negative 3 over b to the negative 3, and then all of that squared. All right, so that's going to give us a to the negative 3, b to the negative 6, c to the negative 3 over b to the negative 3, and then all of that squared. All I did is I multiplied the 2 and the negative 3. All right, now our property tells us that a over I, that tells us a to the m over a to the n is a to the m minus n. So if you're dividing, you have like bases, you can subtract the exponents, and that's exactly what we have here with the b to the negative 6 and b to the negative 3. And so this is going to be a to the negative 3, b to the negative 6 minus negative 3, and then c to the negative 3, and then all of that squared. All right, so I just subtracted the exponents here, the negative 6 and the negative 3. And so this is going to give us a to the negative 3, b to the negative 3, c to the negative 3, and then all of that squared. Negative 6 minus negative 3 is negative 3. All right, so now we're going to go back up to this property right here that tells us we raise each one of these to the exponent outside. And so that's a to the negative 3 squared, that is a 3 right there, it doesn't look like it, times b to the negative 3 squared times c to the negative 3 squared. And then we go to this property where it says we multiply the exponents. And so that's going to be a to the negative 3 times 2, b to the negative 3 times 2, and c to the negative 3 times 2. And then we multiply, that's going to be a to the negative 6, b to the negative 6, and then c to the negative 6. All right, now let's see. Well, there's a couple of ways we could write this answer, but let's do this. We're going to write this over 1, and we need to make all those exponents positive. So let's move each one of these across the fraction bar. Remember, when you move it across the fraction bar, that changes the sign of the exponent. So that's going to be 1 over a to the 6th, b to the 6th, c to the 6th. And there's your answer right there. I mean, another way that you could write this, if you want to look at it, you could write this as 1 over, and that's a, b, c to the 6th power, which that's actually 1 over a, b, c, all of that raised to the 6th. I don't know what your teacher wants. I think that's good enough. If they want it like this, write it like this. If they want it like that, write it like that. Just satisfy whatever your teacher wants on how they want that answer written. But yeah, I think it would be. I think this one would be the best, in my opinion. All right, so I hope that helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see y'all in the next one. Later.